Welcome in the third Art and Media broadcast. My name is Magda and I'm very glad to host you today. Shortly you will watch the very interesting movies made by young video artists. What are the social institutions and what they care about? Our reporters went to visit one of the social institutions in Lublin and check how the people are working in the voluntary center.
Every day we cross by 1,000 people. Many of them don't have a place to go. Social institutions are those who care, in case you don't. They exist for everyone who could have a job, family, home and childhood. For a stranger you cross by could be a little bit happier. Here in Lublin, we are going to the volunteer center in order to see how it works, to see people who give their free time, hearts and lives to others.
Mostly volunteers are students, pupils or working people, but also qualified specialists.
Volunteer Center in Lublin was created in 1999. The idea of setting such organization in the city belonged to the youth and priests acting together at one of the Catholic institutions. Volunteers join social work not for material benefits, but for their personal moral satisfaction.
In general, people take part in volunteering for self-satisfaction and feeling that you are able to do something significant. I'm a believer and follow the words of John Paul II, who entrusted his followers with the creation of a world of love and tolerance. And step by step we can continue this way of a creation of this world.
Within 5 years, the center has helped nearly 3,000 people to become volunteers by helping the sick, disabled, handicapped, elderly, lonely, refugees, orphans and neglected children.
You know, the fact that the child who comes to you and say good afternoon is already a result for our job. There are a lot of children who are not taught in families to greet and excuse, and our aim is to teach them these things. We try to do this not by education but by means of our own personal examples. And sometimes they surprise us saying thank you or sorry for something. And then we can see our influence their behavior. What concerns me, it brings me great happiness when I see these children happy. And I'm sure that with our help, these children will have normal childhood as it should be. Everyone can become a volunteer in spite of his age or education. It doesn't matter whether you are a humanitarian, a pedagogue or an engineer. Desire for doing good is enough. Also, you need some free time and ideas. For instance, the oldest volunteer in our center is 82 years old and he is retired.
The Volunteer Center in Lublin is one of the 1,000 centers all over the world. Social institutions are badly needed today. The number of disabled, homeless and lonely people is increasing every moment. But they need your help and your participation. This is you who can change your place.
Boccia game connected community in York. They meet together to have fun and play. Adam is one of them. Let's watch his story.
My name is Adam. I am 17 years old. I am a member of this Boccia club. Boccia has been our principles was originally designed for people with severe disabilities, but is now able people with all levels and types of disability.
The Boccia Club started about 3 years ago. I was lucky enough to be employed by the City of York Council as disability sports coach, And one of the first things that I was given to do was to take a group of young people to the youth games. And following on from the youth games, one of the athletes, one of the young people taking part, was asked if she'd enjoyed the competition. And she said she'd loved the competition. But the only downside to it was that she couldn't now go back and play boccia at a club. She said there was nothing for people with a disability to join a club and play sports on a weekly basis.
I wasn't involved in playing much at school. This is because I didn't do a lot of the sports like football.
It's a really good team game. I like playing as a team and achieving quite high games and competitions.
What do you like best about boccia?
Meeting all my friends. As I'm helping getting out of the house to do other different things besides sitting around reading books and listening to music.
We've been going that long really, and I've represented Yorkshire twice, and a third time was when I played recently as a Yorkshire and Humberside team member at the National Summer Games, which was another thing was a really good competition. I recently went on a course on Monday, and part of the course was to do with boccia, and one of the interesting facts I found out was there's over 84 different ways you can throw a boccia ball.
You throw the white ball first, and then the red ball second.
It's the end of the game, and there is one blue ball touching nearest to the jack, and my balls are a lot closer than the reds, and that's how we score. And I got 4 points there. That means the Blues win the game.
I think everybody deserves the same opportunities, whether you're disabled or not disabled. I think it's very important that everybody should do something that they want to do. I think it's important that people get the best out of what is available, and the same option should be available for everybody. I like boccia for including everybody with disabilities or with not disabilities, is that the game is played sitting down. It's an inclusive sport where everybody can play. It's an adapted sport with ramps, support workers. You have people like enablers that help. Anybody can play the game of boccia.
I am a member of the Council for Disabled Children. We've been talking to politicians to inform and influence policy. What action is being taken to include undisabled people in activities such as sport?
Every partnership thinking about school sports should be thinking, are we sure that we're going to meet the needs of children with disability in our area?
I like boccia because everyone can join in.
Fear and loneliness, this is what you can find on the Petre Herescu street. Is it possible to change the situation, start to fight and find a way out of the poverty?
repede. Rota ai riparato? Tot timpul faci numai ce vrei tu. Ar trebui să mă dezbraci. Nu acum. E prea puțină apă. Vrei să nu fie teafă de mine. S-a umplut cada. Trebuia să dai drumul când ți-am zis. Nu mai fac baie. Mută-mă. Prea mult. Mai în centru. Așa. La urma urmei, sunt tatăl tău. E drept că dacă nu eram eu, era altul. Dar asta nu e o scuză. Pe cine strigai tu când erai mic și ți era frică de întuneric? Pe mama ta? Pe mine? Și tu? Ce mi oferi mie?
terminat. S-a terminat. L-am omorât. L-am omorât. A încercat să țipe. I-am acoperit gura. Se zbătea puternic. A încercat să mă strângă de gât. L-am înjunghiat de 2 ori. 10 de mișcat. A rămas fără suflare.
Doctore, vino te rog, doctore. Strada Petre Herescu 340. Iar a făcut o criză.
Everything depends on you. You need to make your own decision. Watch the artistic video made by our volunteers. Thank you for watching Art & Media broadcast. Next time I will present you opinions from York and show you how art is changing the people's life. Goodbye!